Welcome back for another week of BP Kids Online. Hopefully you were here with us last month when we were in our series called Blueprints. This week we're starting a brand new series called Rise Up, where we are going to learn about how we can rise up and face any challenge just like Jesus did. The miracle of his resurrection strengthens us and changes us in the best possible way. So what are you waiting for? Grab your hiking boots, pitch up a tent, and get ready and stay tuned for what we're going to be learning about today.
All right, everyone, our scripture verse today comes from the book of Romans, chapter 10, verse 9. It says this: "If you declare with your mouth, Jesus is Lord, and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved." What an awesome memory verse.
What is the craziest challenge you've ever had to overcome? I know for me, maybe it was a crazy test or a crazy sport that I just didn't really know how to overcome, and it was a little bit challenging and a little bit hard for me. But at the end of the day, that doesn't even compare to the greatest challenge that Jesus had to face. Jesus overcame death. That's our big idea for the day. Today we're going to be learning about the Easter story and about how Jesus actually died for our sins. He overcame the death, he overcame the grave for us so that we could have eternal life. Isn't that amazing? I want you guys to remember today that in any challenge you face, remember that Jesus overcame the greatest challenge. Jesus overcame death. Hello BP Kids. Today we are starting a brand new segment of our BP Kids videos. We invited 7 different people from all over the world, and they're all coming here today so that they compete in a brand new show called Survivalists. Let's see if they can actually survive in the wildness of BP Church.
Hey guys, I'm Lolu. I'm the backpack guy. I'm kind of the alpha male here. I'm gonna win the whole entire thing, and yeah.
Hi, I'm Miranda, and obviously I have the rulebook. No one else has the rulebook. I don't get why. I have my water bottle, like I'm supposed to. I have my sunscreen, but like, where's everyone else's? Ugh, I'm definitely gonna win this challenge because no one's prepared.
Hi, my name is Maverick. A lot of years ago, I was born in Ukraine. Then I moved to Canada alone, without my parents, at the age of 3. Well, I mean, I wasn't really alone. I had Goose. So at the age of 3, I moved to Canada, and I've been living here independently ever since. And since I'm so independent, I've kind of been a leader. I don't know what Lolu was saying about being the alpha male, because I kind of run this group. But yeah, I'm gonna destroy this competition, and I'm gonna win.
Hi, I'm Regina Lexington, and I'm here just to make friends and have a good time. I don't really think I'm gonna win, and I'll let everyone else win for me.
Well, we have our very first 4 contestants. We have Lolu, we have Maverick, we have Regina Lexington, and we have Miranda. They are about to go into the wild, something that they have never experienced before. And they're gonna have to survive and fight for their life. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay guys, I'm gonna send you guys off to headquarters before our first challenge. Oh, it's so awesome.
I'm Lolu.
I'm Maverick. This is Goose.
It's my backpack.
Nice, what's in it?
Stuff.
Cool.
What's in your goose?
Stuff.
Cool.
Are you ready for camp?
Sort of.
No, you're not. I am. I have my role.
Let's meet our next contestants.
Hey guys, my name's Harmonica. Would you like to see a song that I've prepared?
No!
Okay, I'm ready. Everyone join in. Hi, my name is Harmonica. I come from Hawaii. H stands for awesome. A stands for amazing. R stands for radical. M stands for magnificent. I stands for in tune with nature. C stands for cat lover. And A stands for gonna win this competition. Harmonica!
Sup, I'm Jonas, born and raised beachside Cali. I think I have the real grits to win this thing, you know? And everyone out there, they're all skunks because they stink. Because I'm gonna win this thing, and I'm better than all of them. Sup?
Okay, so guys, I am like so psyched for this competition. I am gonna kill it. But you know what? You know what really kills my vibes? First, Harmonica's music, like, girl, please, put it back. And what's his name? Jonas? He needs to put that attitude in a bucket and sail it out to sea. But anyways, everyone seems pretty chill though. But you know what? I'm still gonna win, even though they think they're cool and all.
We're going on this show. We're going.
Harmonica! I told you to stop it.
I know you love my songs. Songs change the world.
We need to film. We don't have much time. Okay, everyone. So we have our next three contestants. We have Harmonica, Jonas, and
Mark.
Mark. And guess what? They're going to be going and meeting the rest of the contestants, which have already started to get to know each other. You guys can go to headquarters.
More like leg quarters.
Surf's out, dudes!
Headquarters.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Oh my
Yo, boys. How we doing today? Doing good? We're good? Yes, it's Goose. Hey, Goose.
It's my backpack.
Hey, back. So there's like 3 boys and like 4 girls, so I think we should like make a secret alliance against them. What do you guys think? Yeah? Yin? Yeah. Yeah? Yeah, secret alliance. Let's do this thing. So we formed an alliance.
Things are getting kind of shady with the girls, so we decided to make a team.
Backpack?
Backpack.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been a tight-knit group. The 5 of us are really clicking.
The 5.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What's the toughest thing you guys think we're gonna have to overcome this like in this thing, like a heavy challenge and like that?
Death, eternal damnation.
Harmonica singing.
Over the rainbow, the bluebirds fly. The sky is happy, and we win this game.
Girl, you're totally like killing my vibe. Can you like stop?
You see, there's nothing in the matter about singing.
Be happy.
Why does Harmonica keep singing? Me and Backpack don't like her.
What do you mean they don't like my music? Everyone loves my music and singing.
Maverick, what do you mean by death?
This guy named Jesus, like, died for us. So I'm just guessing we'd have to face it too.
I have a song for that. Jesus overcame the grave. He rose on the 3rd day.
Oh my gosh, like stop!
I don't know why
everyone's hating on Harmonica. I actually love her music. They're the best.
Well, guys, you guys can have a couple hours off, get to know each other, and then I'm gonna be back here for the next challenge. Who's ready?
Yeah!
Yeah!
Wow, it was crazy coming here and meeting everybody. He kind of stinks. I don't know who he is, trying to be all leadership and all, when he knows I'm the alpha of the group. I raised myself. I did everything, and he's walking in like he owns the place. Pfft, get out of here. And Harmonica, she can't sing. She can't play the guitar. I don't know why she's even here, honestly. So bad.
Hello, campers. So we have our very first challenge. You guys are gonna have to set up some camp.
Backpack doesn't care.
Today is Resurrection Sunday. That's part of the Easter weekend. That's the day we celebrate when Jesus rose from the dead. Our big idea today is that Jesus overcame death. A few years ago, I was able to travel to Israel. Can you imagine? And I went to Jerusalem, the place where Jesus was crucified. And I got to visit the place where Jesus was put in jail even for a time before he was crucified. I got to be in the actual places where Jesus was. I also got to visit the garden they believe where Jesus was buried, and where the morning of the resurrection, where two women got to go there and see that he had actually risen from the dead. You see, a lot of people wanted to make up these lies about what happened to Jesus's body, but we know is that Jesus rose from the dead, because when Mary went there that day, he wasn't there. So today we're going to be reading from the book of Mark, chapter 16, verses 1 to 8. And I want you to read with me the story of that wonderful morning. When the Sabbath was over, Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of James, and Jesus' mom, went to the place where Jesus was buried. They went there with spices so they could prepare his body. When they got there, though, very early on the first day of the week, which was on a Sunday, just after sunrise, they were on their way to the tomb, and they asked each other, who's going to be strong enough to open up that tomb? I mean, the rock is so heavy. But when they looked up and they saw that the stone, which was very large, had already been rolled away. As they entered the tomb, they saw a young man dressed in a white robe sitting on the right side, and they were alarmed. How did this guy get into this place? Don't be alarmed, he said. You are looking for Jesus the Nazarene, who was crucified. He has risen. He is not here. See the place where he had laid him? But go tell his disciples and Peter, he is going ahead of you into Galilee. There you will see him, just as he told you. Trembling and bewildered, the women went out and fled from the tomb. They said nothing to anyone because they were afraid. They were probably afraid and scared and excited and confused all at the same time. They expected to go there and see their beloved Jesus, their son, Mary's son, laying there. Instead, when they got there was a strange person sitting there telling them that he had risen. It shouldn't have been that much of a surprise. I mean, Jesus had been talking for weeks, all about what we had talked about last month, how Jesus had predicted his death, but also had said, don't worry, 3 days later, I'm going to rise again. What an amazing story. And that's why today we celebrate. We celebrate that the Jesus of the Bible, the one that preached and talked and shared and did miracles, is the same person that was crucified, that means killed, and was laid in a tomb, and yet 3 days later, he rose from the dead. That's incredible. So today, remember that Jesus overcame death.
Hey kids, I'm sure you've already heard, but today we're celebrating something called Easter. So Easter is where we learn all about how Jesus died on the cross for our sins. And something incredible in this story that I'm not sure if you picked up earlier when Elaine was telling us the story, but it says in verse 15, he says, Jesus said to them, Go into all the world, preach the good news to everyone. Anyone who believes and is baptized will be saved. That is amazing, guys. Jesus gave us this great commission that we need to go out and we need to tell people about Jesus. Who told you about Jesus? For me, it was my mom. But today, I want to encourage you guys that you guys can go out and you guys can tell your own friends about Jesus. You guys can tell your own family about Jesus. You guys can tell anyone about Jesus because that's what God has called us to do. Today, we're actually going to be making a little craft that I would love if you could make with me. So all you're going to need is a little piece of paper. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold it in half. And then like this. And then we're going to fold it in half again. Now that it has been folded in half, what we're going to do is we're going to open it back up again, and we are going to fold it like so. Fold the corners in. This month we're in a series called Rise Up, and kind of the theme is that is, you know, like hiking, camping. And if you guys have ever been camping, I'm sure you've seen this before. It's a little tent. So as you guys can see, when it sits up like that, it's a tent. But what we're gonna use it for, I'm gonna fold this over, just like these little corners right here, to make it look like a tent is kind of being opened. And then on the folds right here, I'm gonna write some names. I'm gonna write my mom on this side, because my mom is the person that told me about Jesus. And right here, I'm gonna write the name of someone that I know that I would love to tell about Jesus. So I'm gonna write my cousin. Amazing. So now I'm gonna go put this up and I'm gonna use it as a little tent, a little decoration that I can put in my own room. And every single time I look at it, I can remember that my mom told me about Jesus and my cousin is someone I want to tell about Jesus. You see, God has commissioned me and told me that I need to go out and I need to tell people about Jesus. And what a great gift that I could do to give someone, that I could tell them about Jesus. So I want to encourage you guys to make this. I think it's a really great activity and it will remind you about the amazing thing that God did for us, sending His Son to die on the cross, and how we can actually go out and share that story with anyone that we know. Bye guys! Hey kids, we have a couple of questions, so make sure you pause the video right now, grab your family, grab your friends, grab anybody you want, pause the video right now, and you can answer these questions. Well, we're so glad that you were able to join us for another week of BB Kids Online. We hope you had a lot of fun. Make sure you tune in next week because we have another episode of Survivalists and we are continuing in our series Rise Up. So we'll see you next week. Have a good week, guys. Bye.